This reflection's based on Mark chapter 6, verses 14 to 29. It's a story about John the Baptist and Herod. Now this Herod was king, and he was the son of Herod the Great, and Herod the Great was the king when Jesus was born. And when he died, he divided his kingdom between his sons. So this son was Herod Antipas. He was a married man, but he had an affair with a young girl called Herodias, and Herodias was actually his niece and also married to his half-brother. Herod divorced his wife, and he convinced Herodias to divorce her husband and marry him. This was a completely unholy marriage. John the Baptist was a righteous man and a straight talker. He confronted Herod, said, "It's not lawful for you to have your brother's wife." So here you have an itinerant preacher fronting up to the king and confronting him. But it made Herodias furious, and she wanted to get rid of him. She wanted to kill him. But we're told about Herod that he feared John and protected him, knowing him to be a righteous and holy man. When Herod heard John, he was greatly puzzled, yet he liked to listen to him. So it's a picture of someone who knows that what John the Baptist is saying is right, but doesn't really want to deal with it. So his response was to put him in prison. In other words, I won't deal with this. I won't deal with the conflict that's inside me, and so let's put it away where it won't bother me. Never a good solution. Not dealing with what we know is wrong and just pushing it aside can only lead us into further trouble. And this trouble came when Herod had a birthday, and he threw a party for all the best officials and important people. He threw a very lavish party because he liked to feel important. And at this party, his daughter Salome danced as entertainment. We don't know what sort of dance, but she danced. And Herod, to show how proud he was of his daughter and what a magnanimous man he was, said to her that he would give her anything she asked for, even half of his kingdom. Now Salome didn't know what to ask for, so she went to her mother and said, "What do I ask him for?" Here we see the real nature of Herodias. She wasn't thinking of what her daughter might like. She wanted what she wanted, and that was to get rid of Herod. And so she told the girl to go back and ask for the head of John the Baptist. She wanted to get rid of John the Baptist. And so she told her daughter to go back and ask for the head of John the Baptist on a platter. I don't think that that's what any young girl really wanted. But anyway, she obediently went and asked for that. Now Herod was put on the spot. What would he do? He'd made a promise. He wasn't expecting that as a request. And we read that he was greatly distressed. He just didn't know what to do. So what did he choose? Well, it seems that it was more important to him not to lose face in front of all these important people than it was to save the life of an innocent man. And so he ordered the execution of John the Baptist and that his head be brought in on a plate. A conflicted man. He knew he'd done wrong. He knew John the Baptist was a good man, but he didn't want to give up his relationship with Herodias. He thought he could let things lie and not deal with them, but he couldn't. His guilty conscience is shown up in this, that once John the Baptist was beheaded, Jesus began to preach and teach people. And people were saying, "Oh, who is this? Is this the prophet Elijah come back?" But poor old Herod was convinced it was John the Baptist come back to life. Obviously, his guilty conscience was gnawing away at him. Two main lessons in this story. One is that if we speak the truth, it doesn't necessarily mean we'll be popular. Now, it may even lead to suffering. In Australia, really, the only suffering we face is people's ridicule, perhaps some discrimination at work, something like that. But around the world, there are people who give their lives for speaking the truth. Pastors who are imprisoned, tortured, executed. In the Muslim world, if you become a Christian, you're very likely to be banished from your family and may even be killed. Sometimes we are going to have to choose between speaking the truth and being liked. The second lesson is that danger of not dealing with the things that are wrong in our lives. We might try to push them under, but all they do is fester away and eventually causes trouble. King David tried to hide the adultery with Bathsheba, but it eventually led him to ordering the husband of Bathsheba to be killed, even though it was to be killed in battle. It was still a murder. He ordered a murder. Herod tried to ignore what was wrong in his life, but found himself ordering the execution of an innocent man. We can't be the pillar of a church while having a secret extramarital affair. We can't be a seemingly devoted Christian when we're violent and abusive at home. Wrong things have to be dealt with, or they will eventually destroy us. The good news is, though, that we can deal with these things. We can bring them before God, we can confess them as sin, we can say that we want to change, and this is when we can experience the forgiveness that Jesus has won for us on the cross. We don't have to be conflicted like Herod. We can be free. It requires honesty on our part of ourselves. It might involve being willing to give up something that we really actually enjoy, even though we know it's wrong. Those little guilty pleasures. But it's worth it. The freedom we receive is far greater than anything that we may have to give up.
Secure.